A very good evening to all the viewers right there. I, Prachi Srivastav, Head Corporate Relations, Sagar Group of Institutions, welcome you all in today's event. Let me introduce uh, today's series of technical talks uh, that that is having a lot many trending skill sets out there. Systech is always known for its culture, its new technologies, uh, upliftment of any specific terminology, and yes, we have this particular study event in front of you, which is naming as Systech Trends. Systech is always up for something, or we can say anything which is very different, which is best towards for our students. And yes, hence it is the new normal these days. So let us move ahead and introduce our panel members. Let me introduce Dr. Keshwain Chaudhary, Principal Systech, Dr. Manish Villore, Principal Systech E, our Manager Corporate Relation, Mr. Sharad Srivastav, of course, our young budding engineers, and a very special guest today, Mr. Bhavani Shankar Leeler, research scholar and an IIC graduate, presently working as a research scientist at Amazon. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Systech. And we are very thankful to you that you spare time and introducing yourself and your technologies to our students. These days, when we are in pandemic and looking forward for some courses which given strength and an edge to our curriculum, that is where we are left behind, number of technologies by even getting aware about their names only. What is their significance? What are their benefits? How these people will relate to the career orientation, and later on, what are the visions of these skill sets? Mr. Leelal will put an edge towards all these criteria. So let's go ahead. Over to you, Mr. Bhavani.
Thanks, Prachi, for introducing me. Data science, what I see it is it comes from the name only, data science. So we gather knowledge from data. Whatever data is like in current pandemic situation, also if you see whatever people are predicting the second wave or third wave, whatever they are predicting future, that is also based on data. And in any like domain, or it is quite interdisciplinary. So in any domain, if you go through and trying to see that what you can interpret with the given data, so that is the like main point here. And it quite involve a lot of different things. But yeah, in layman, if you want to say, given some data, history of data, some past events or something, if you can do something meaningful about it, that is what data scientists do.
Right, sir. Bhavani, sir, we have our students because you understand, we have a good years of experience by developing a particular skill set and going forward towards it. But whenever we talk about the students and their knowledge and, expectability of certain skill set to the orientation of their, particular bracket and profiles. So, can we introduce our students to you so that it will be easy for them to understand step by step how we can move ahead with this data science, their tools, tricks, and techniques, right?
So move ahead, if you are kind of fresher, like completely fresher and not aware of anything, then you should have at least horizon of at least 1 year. So you should plan for 1 year and then trying to like move further. Um,
All
but
right. We
first,
have Preeti with us. Preeti, would you like to raise any query with the sir? Preeti, make your audio on. All right. Sir, I will take her question up and just wanted to make a structure wise. So, what is the applicability of this data science in today's scenario? These
In today's
students are towards algorithm. These students are, learning
mm,
data structures. They are putting their codes, and they are doing a lot. And fortunately, we are, having an online bracket to make them learn about these, codes and techniques. So any specific thing you want to share with them where they can
specifically,
start to learn the subject?
yes, means as you already mentioned that there are a lot of online courses, so that is good platform. There are introductory courses for beginners, but what I will suggest is first they should focus on Python programming, because wherever they will go, most of the data science libraries are written in Python. So Python language is must, and then they need to visualize. They need to learn something plotting or analysis of data. So they given some data, how to visualize and interpret data. That skills is a necessity. After that, they can go for algorithms and other things.
All right. So you have started your internship with a startup, right? So
Yes.
any significance if we need to compare the already established companies as compared to perform your internship with the startup, what all learning differences we have as far as this structure is going on?
For establishing one major difference is with startup is that once you move to one established organization, it is really hard for you to gain any knowledge. Like whatever you already have, you will be given work in that domain only, and in that domain you will do something little, and you are utilizing your already gained knowledge. But with startup, wherever you go, you will be challenged with different kind of skills which they might have not explored and you might have not explored. So in that domain you might be given tasks related to data science. But if you are fresher and moving to established organized, that's any organization with which have more than 500 people, then it will be really difficult for you to get some, because they, if they want a data science scientist, they will directly hire one, and you will be the last one to get an opportunity in that domain unless you have some experience itself in that organization, or at least 2 3 years, and if you gain some reputation and you can switch. But if you want to learn something in data science, I think startups are the best way.
All right. So, sir, we understood that for data science, the primary language is the Python. So you have to learn Python and move ahead. Now, please highlight some tools and techniques which are being used in this particular structure.
There are actually library means there that are application dependent. So let's say if you are working in images or language, means language modeling, NLP, natural language processing, then you need TensorFlow, Keras, or PyTorch, and belonging libraries, which are like frameworks already available in those libraries. But still, I will say you need to learn statistics. So if you are new, whatever knowledge you have gained, if you have 5 years experience or 10 years experience, wherever you move, they will ask statistics first. So statistics is like necessary.
All right. So it is a part of a particular regular subjects, or we need to, gather information towards the another platforms. Because these days, if we can see the orthodox universities, and they are not ever believing in changing their curriculums. But when we talk about some few courses, because at our SysTech we always try to pitch in our students towards a new and trending skill set, and whatsoever the gap between industry and the current curriculum, we need to bridge that. So this particular model, if we introduce in the particular sector, how beneficial for the students in long run, like after 4 years?
It will be very useful if you are trying to do something like that. because what is currently happening is it is every 4 months, every 2 months, you will see something exciting in that field, be in computer vision or NLP. You will see something, someone has developed new algorithm, new architecture, new neural network architecture. So if you are like trying to do that, bridging the gap between research and industrial applications, so that will be great benefit. What will happen in doing though is that students will learn to cope up with the current trends. It is not like that whatever you are going to teach this time will be helpful after 2 years. But doing that, it will help them to cope up with the current trend. So they will learn how to be updated with the current trend, and they can move on from there. Oh.
All right. And so basically, for example, you have already, highlighted this particular bracket, like, Python is the initial language which they need to learn. They have a background of the statistics and analytical. Always, we are tend to push the engineers. They have some logical background as well. So only computer science or electronics graduate or mechanical, civil, or the core branches can also develop this skill set, and they can. Will they be able to make their career in data science?
Yes, yes, it is. It is easy. Actually, it is equally challenging for all of them. Only benefit computer scientists have in this is they are good in programming. So knowing the data science algorithm or like knowledge, they will be expert in developing that into the real, I means, application. So that is the only benefit that computer science students have. In other fields, all of them have to learn algorithms, what is the data, statistics, and different algorithms. So these, that is in that field, all of them are equally challenged. So if you learn good programming skills, you will be like on par with computer science students.
All right. Um, just wanting that, when we say that any corporate or take an instance of Amazon only, when you were, you were doing that particular data science research and everything, what kind of job role you are into? What specific things will be coming under your bracket?
So in Amazon, it is little different from like where I was working previously. So Amazon, what they like do is they will, given a business problem, they will ask you that can it be solvable. Like they will challenge you like, can you solve in some time frame, 4 months, 6 months, or 8 months? And then in within 2 or 3 weeks you have to come up with a solution and time frame that when you are going to. So in that 2 or 3 weeks you have to like explore all the data possibilities and all those things, and the whole problem is owned by you. So from start to finish, everything you are going to handle. Whatever the challenges are coming, you can take help for other, but you own the problem. If you are, it is not solvable, then you are responsible, and if it is solved, means you are solving that, you will be appraised. So these are the like different scenarios. But normally what happens is there are like multiple teams are working. So in a team, some people will be there. So one problem might be divided in different people, and then they try to solve and trying to like get best out of it. So there are like organization dependent strategies to solve, to attack a problem.
All right. Um, Sir, we are having n number of queries coming in our chat box. So I would like Mr. Sharat to take up one by one query and answer.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, one of our student, she want to know that as data science is buzzing word today, how we as a fresher should start preparing for it. What tools we should study. So,
So
yeah.
as I already said, you start with Python. That is necessity.
Mhm.
So you take good time and keep learning it, and along with that, after 2 3 months you can start learning different from online platform you can go through. Like there are there what I will suggest is there is one very good course in Coursera by Andrew Ng. So machine learning. So that will be good, or course related to that. And along with that, you can try to learn statistics. So if you are like fresher, keep 1 or 2 year in your mind and then start preparing. And after 1 or 2 year, you will be like ready to move.
Okay. I mean, the
So
mathematics
Mandeep,
plays.
pandemic is going on, and would you please help our students, connect this particular field to our current scenario? Is there any gadgets or services we are introducing in this pandemic, which can give them as an example of data science, what we are facing at this particular point of time?
So a particular point of time, like currently in pandemic, we can say like okay, most of the people are working from home, and if you have seen like Zoom meetings and all, so that how Zoom is not using like an background machine learning, but if you have seen there are multiple like you will be in a weird situation in a home, like, and you wanted your background to be separated, like you don't want to know others that where you are sitting. So that thing you can change here. That is done by machine learning because you are moving. If it is fixed photograph, you can do it by one simple any algorithm. But when you are moving on the frame by frame, so that time you have to like recognize where the person is. You have to recognize the face. So that is kind of like one application here. But that is, you can say, in any like image based applications. But here currently, if you don't consider like this pandemic in general, if you see that a lot of data is there in this current pandemic also, if you see that we are collecting a lot of samples for COVID patients, and we want to know that how it is spreading and where, like what was the zero ground of it, and what are the different variants and where it originated. All this come from the data. So if you have all this data, you will make a sense that how it is spreading and how it is going to spread where now. You can predict based on that also. So yeah, these kind of like situations are there, but it is like in any field you can apply. In biology, mechanical, or any other field.
All right. Sharat, can you
So
please read the
yeah,
second
yeah, yeah.
query?
Okay, we are getting a multiple queries. So one of our students, she want to know. Uh, I mean, mathematics plays a vital role in this data science, isn't it? I mean, what are your views? And specifically, if we talk about and in the field of mathematics, what are those areas in which an aspirant should focus on? I mean, apart from statistics.
Yes. So statistics is big part. Then you need to know linear algebra. So, and if you are working in neural networks, linear algebra is like most dominant part, and probability and differential equations. So differential equations a little bit, not like you not don't need to be an expert in that. Optimization also a little bit, don't need to be an expert, but linear algebra and probability you need to be like some good knowledge.
Okay. Another question from a student. I mean, is this R programming is the alternate of this Python?
No. R programming is like for statistical programming, but if you open Python, there are like two, three libraries are there: NumPy, Pandas, and OS models like that, stats models. So these two, three libraries, if you are using, you can replace R completely. You don't need R.
Okay. So we are getting another question from our guest that what should be the development hierarchy if we want to start this course at the institute level? Suppose
First,
if you want to,
uh,
yeah, 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 yeah. Please
yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
No, no, please, you complete,
No,
I
no,
guess.
no. If we want to start this course in an institute level, so what should be the development hierarchy?
So, like, you need to be like good in programming. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
said, and statistics, probability, and along with the machine learning algorithms. So, some of the algorithms will be covered in statistics, and some of them you need to cover separately.
Okay.
So, yeah, this should be like first is programming, because whatever you are learning, you need to practice. So if you don't know programming by the time you start learning ML, you will be wasting your time. So if you should learn first programming and then learn algorithm, so you start implementing and start practicing on that.
Okay. Thank you. And yes, here is another question that do I need to have masters for getting in the field of data science? I mean, yeah, one of the student she want to know whether a student needs to have master degree or she or he can go in with the bachelor's only.
So as I said previously, that you need at least 1 year horizon. So if you are
Okay.
bachelor's, like it will be very very difficult. After bachelor's, if you start working somewhere as a software or any job, so in that field you need at least 1 year to develop skills, and then trying to switch, that will be difficult. Instead of that, if you have masters, road will be easy.
Okay.
Yes, actually, Bhavani, at current scenario, what is happening, like, all these corporates, they have already developed this pandemic cycle, and they are very smart, in their hiring strategies also. So instead, in a span of 10 years, we have seen like they were very choosy extracting a computer science, electronics, or core branch engineers for a particular profile. But these days, they are also providing them a problem statement and asking for the solution. Even product companies, Microsoft and Goldman Sachs, they are also coming in and they are pitching very smartly their ideas, taking up these problems and asking for the solution. Same with the government also. This time they have open forum and they were asking about this COVID issues and asking the student level to draw a certain program and coming up with some better solutions in the application side or into the data management as well. So students are also very aware about the curriculum and structure, but yes, some awareness has to be there so that they have there, because more than 17 or 18 skill sets are also already introduced in the uh, profiles as taken as far as this computer science engineering is considered. Even then, if you have to select one, for example, data science, artificial intelligence, IoT, and everything, so students have a better awareness. I'm choosing this, and this has to be my vision, right? So for that, if fresher are opting for data science, the basic curriculum is like they are good at mathematical models. They are very good at a statistical model. They have to learn programming and keep on practicing. So is it possible we'll introduce them into second or third year and taking up with the some programming language and platform where they can practice?
Yes, that will be helpful. Yeah, I guess, but still is a little difficult because BTech course load is very high. But yeah, if someone can manage, that will be like quite good.
Okay, training is one thing, and to work for a corporate is different thing. So you get trained, but the clientele experience you are getting into corporate world only. So, for example, we are learning a number of things, but when the problem statement comes in, so we need to logically deal with that, right? So I
Yeah.
guess this would be coming only after experiencing the clientele.
Yes, yes.
Right. So,
So yes,
Bhavani, any specific thing you want to, share about your experience or anything with our students on a technical motivation?
So one thing is there, like in my case, also I started with this internship in a startup, and before that, in my PhD, I was having experience only in quantum computations and little bit of machine learning algorithms, but I did not had any industry experience in this field. So when I started with internship, that was still my best challenging work till date. So there I learned computer vision and image processing. And then when later on when I moved to another startup and industries, it was not that much challenging. Like in Amazon, it was the work was not that challenging. So in that sense, you can say if you want to move quickly, you need to challenge yourself every day. So whatever you are doing, if you are you are fresher learning, so keep learning. There are very nice blogs out there, like on Medium or Analytics Vidya, or there are a lot of blog sites and online courses sites like Coursera, Udacity. So there are lot of things are there. A vast you might not have time to do all of these together, but still if you keep challenge yourself and start doing something new every day, increase by delta every day, then you will be like at a good position after 1 or 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Bhavani, you have clearly explained the, out culture for our fresher engineers. Now I'm opening a Q&A for our students. So Ashutosh, if you have any question to ask, you can go ahead.
Sir, how can a student start his career as a data scientist?
Yeah, as I said, you learn Python first, and then along with that you try to do do different courses and keep practicing. And the one thing is, normally what students do is they ignore statistics, and that's what when you are ready and go for interview. If you know a lot of machine learning algorithms, but if you are not performing good in statistics, they might reject you. So you need to focus on statistics for interview purpose, and it will be useful in day-to-day life when you are doing work also. So that should be the main focus from the start, and keep reading that, and do your keep practicing on ML algorithms through courses and blogs.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Nasreen, if you have any question, you please go ahead. All right. If any other student is having any query to ask, you can please go ahead. All right. Now I would like to request Dr. Manish Pilore to please have a discussion on this trending skill set and highlight all the essentials to our fresher engineers.
Thank you, Prachi. Thank you, Bhavani, for being with us this afternoon. I've been listening to your discussion all through. Highly impressed by the way you have been into the field of data science, having worked with Amazon also, and now doing some research work as a research scientist. So, first of all, Bhavani, I would like to know from you when you were entering from the school to the college, what was going on in your mind, and then ultimately, how did you choose this field of data science? Particularly, my question is oriented from the perspective of a student who would enter our college, for instance, SysTech, and he or she would have two options: either to be a generalist, opting for computer science engineering, or to be a specialist right from beginning, opting for a BTech in data science or BTech in AI and ML, or the third option is BTech in IoT. So, what's your view on this? Number one, and number two, what shall be your tips for the student who would be opting, for example, BTech in data science, and some tips from your side, some do's and don'ts, so that he or she learns these technologies in the best possible way.
Um, I can't like comment on that how like students should choose from +2 to school what field. But if someone has chosen that they wanted to choose this field data science, then what they can do is like uh, they should study the data science in breadth and depth. Breadth means they should know a lot of like different algorithms, and when that algorithms might be useful, like different kind of scenario what kind of algorithm might be used. So there are a lot of different algorithms. So if, maybe if you start with regression, then classification there are a lot of different like algorithms. So that all of those algorithms they should know, and then they should know in depth also. So depth, to acquire depth, they like whenever like in class or some teacher taught that some algorithm, so no one person can cover that algorithm completely in depth, be it anybody. So they have to like go to different blogs and read them. So they might need knew something new from each blog. So by doing this multiple times, they might acquire in-depth knowledge about that algorithm. So if they continuously do that, like if they are chose to select the data science as a career option, then whatever the like curriculum courses are there, they have to go through that. And along with that, whatever they're teaching, they keep practicing on that and start gaining in-depth knowledge about that. So that will be the best for them to go ahead.
What brought you, Bhavani, to this field of data science?
So in my position, I was like doing PhD in quantum computations. So we were stuck on some point quite long, around more than 6 months, to manipulate the quantum states. How to go ahead. So there, I came to know this data science, like machine learning algorithm, backpropagation, which is used in neural network. So from there, like we use that backpropagation algorithm to manipulate quantum states. So that was my first like interaction with my ML algorithm, and then it raised my like interest, and I like read a lot about it. And then later after my PhD, I solved two like problems in ML algorithms. So that also included in my PhD thesis. And yeah, actually from that point, I switched to data science and all those tools.
Okay. Based on your experience and based on the study that you have made so far for data science, ML, can you for the interest of our students and the people who are watching this live show, can you quote some common examples that are related to daily life, which are actually governed by the field of data science or machine learning, etc.? I heard some census calculations are based on data science. I heard some weather calculations are based on data science. So some examples from your side, please.
So if you see, means I can say almost everything is governed by data science. If you are opening your smartphone, then you are using a lot of data science applications. When you are using your camera, a lot of filters which are like those are data science. When you are using Google Assistants, that is data science. And when you are seeing weather actually and predictions, actually weather prediction, as you said, like next 5 days, what will be happening, you are seeing cyclone predictions, these kind of things. And when you are like nowadays, not in India but in some like developed countries, traffic lights are also governed by data science. Like they are predicting that what will be the like total strength at some point of time. and based on that they manipulate the green light and red light. So there are, and like autonomous driving, and if you are like going to some grocery store, Amazon, let's say simplest layman language, if I say that when you like place an order on Amazon, then they try to match some seller to your like query, like your placement. So the algorithm they are using, that like nearest seller, or like cheapest, whatever the way, like based on some cost effective algorithm. So that is also based on data science. So like in numerous field, every but wherever you are doing, every day you are using in a lot of time without knowing it. Yeah.
Right. Thanks a lot, Bhavani, to answer all these queries. Now, I would like to request Dr. Keshwin Chaudhary, sir, if you have any query or any assigned a statement which you want to ask to Bhavani.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. V.S. Leeler, for giving insight of data science and different tools to use the large data in the given framework, and based on that establish some prediction. As we know that in current days, this energy sector and automobile sector are the very big sector where the customers, there are very big number of customers. So how data science will be utilized to predict the better model of these two industries, like energy industries as well as automobile industries?
Energy industries also, there
How
are
the
lot
data
of.
science can be useful?
Mhm. So one example in energy industry I can say is like given your appliances, uh, you can use smart metering to like predict how much like your bill will be, and you don't even need to like put, you can like, given a transformer, at transformer level you can know that in this like neighborhood, in this transformer, which of those appliances are currently running. So if you see, each appliance have some electric signature. So when you switch on the refrigerator, that will have some signature. So in electrical signals, if you see, and you will know that this kind of appliance is running. And TV channel, like TV have different signatures. So given those all that, you can segregate that what are the number of appliances are currently running at this transformer level, and then you can move down to like line, and you can like detect anomaly if somebody is stealing that electricity from you. Like they might be manipulated with the meter, which is quite hard right now. But still, if somebody is able to manipulate, but your electric signature is giving that much amount should be like that much appliances are running in there, but units are very less. So that is one thing. And in automobiles, if you see, there are like lot of technologies are coming currently, which will tell you that like normally if you see autonomous driving, they are trying to like the build the pace and detect living by the like surroundings, and then trying to see that consume like save the energy, uh, so that nobody gets hurt, like that. These are the like current trends in autonomous industry, like autonomous driving. So these are like current things are going on, but there are not limited to this. There are a lot of other things are going on. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Uh,
Bhavani, to
I
put
want
your
I want to ask
words
one
over
more
this.
question. Ma'am. I want to ask one more question. For the core
Yes,
branch
sir,
of
please.
student from the core branch of engineering, core branches of engineering, like mechanical, electrical, electronics, if they want to pursue their career in data science, then which subject they have to study? apart from their core subject of core branches?
Subject wise, they need to study like mathematics, mainly linear algebra and statistics, and differential equations
Yeah.
and probability. Yeah. So mainly statistics and linear algebra, along with that probability and differential equations.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
sir, for such a brief, uh, query provides given to us. And yes, I am damn sure that all of my students and the freshers who have just now connected with us, they have a brief idea what is all about data science. So we can further elaborate the entire session into a summary. So see, data science is the new normal these days. ये एक नया कोर्स है। इस कोर्स के लिए कंप्यूटर साइंस ही नहीं, सारे कोर ब्रांचेस भी एलिजिबल होते हैं। डेटा साइंस सिर्फ एक सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं है, एक प्रॉपर कोर्स है जिसके लिए बेसिक तौर पे पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग, स्टैटिस्टिकल इंफॉर्मेशन, मैथमेटिकल मॉडलिंग ये एसेंशियल्स होते हैं। अगर आपके बैकग्राउंड में आपने ये पढ़ा है या फिर आप नए तरीके से इसे पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो भी इन अ स्पैन ऑफ 2 to 3 years आप इस टेक्नोलॉजी में अपना अपर हैंड ले सकते हैं। You have all the fields which are, it is not specifically for computer science and electronics engineers, rather core fields के freshers भी इस particular curriculum को opt कर सकते हैं। डेटा साइंस को पढ़ने के लिए आपके पास एक एक्सपीरियंस मॉडल, काइंड ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स और कुछ ऐसे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स होने चाहिए जिसके कारण कंपनीज आपको हायर करने में बैकअप नहीं ले। जब भी आप डेटा साइंस को पढ़ेंगे तो आपके साथ इन स्किल सेट्स के अलावा एक बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए उस पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी को डील करने के लिए, जिसमें आपके लॉजिक्स और आपका बैक में एक एक्सपीरियंसिंग ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ क्लाइंटल जरूरी होता है। Systec is coming up with all new courses about the same, and yes, timely we will get you aware about all these new technologies and new certification and courses, so that you will not choose on the basis of your percentage, rather you choose on the basis of your interest and skill sets. Everything will be on a platter if you are stay tuned with us. Thank you, Mr. Bhavani. Thank you, people in the panel. Thank you, students, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.